You know a lot about golf.
Well, we're waiting.
The wait is over. We are here. Let the bells ring out and the banners fly. We are those weekend golf guys. John Ashton in studio. Jeff Smith at the comfortable confines of the golf cave.
You know what's comfortable about it?
What's comfortable?
My chair.
Really?
I got a big stinking leather chair in my studio, and my students, they get to sit on the director's chairs. But I got the big swivel chair, and I hang out and I watch people hit golf balls and I teach. And when I want to go sit down, I get the big chair.
Because you are in charge.
I'm in charge. And the big chair says so.
Big sign says Jeff's big chair.
Yeah.
That is great, man. We've got another teacher coming on the show in a little bit, too, from deep in the heart of Texas, Brooke Watts. I think bubbly.
Good teacher.
Bubbly is a good way of describing Brooke.
Yeah, good teacher. I know her personally, and I know her and I know her teaching style, and I know what she knows. She's a good teacher.
And if I were a shallow person, I'd take the take the time to point out how pretty she was. But I'm not a shallow person, and I know being pretty really doesn't have any equating with the way you can teach golf. I mean, look at you, Jeff. So
True.
There you go.
True.
Yes.
I'm certainly not.
Yes.
That's why I'm on the radio, just like you.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. Also going to go down to Florida, or at least talk about going down to Florida with Doug Hollinsworth, our traveling golf guru, coming up a little bit later on the show. But what I want to talk to you,
he gets to travel more than I do.
He does.
He does, and I'm jealous.
Well, he travels.
I'm jealous.
He travels to play golf. You travel to watch golf or
and teach golf.
Teach golf.
And yeah. But that's okay because I'm still at really cool places.
That's true. You are.
But Doug gets to go to these really cool places and play all the time. So I'm jealous.
I mean, you're out in Cincinnati doing a couple of clinics last weekend, and the rains came. Did you get to accomplish anything, or were you just totally washed out?
No, we did get to accomplish some things. Went inside, and then the rains came, and then they went, and then we shuffled back outside.
Okay.
And it did kind of change the bunker lesson a little bit. So I got to work on here's what it is when there's a bunker washout and your ball's in one of those little washout little ridges that irritate everybody. And then so we had to play around with the sand a little bit and show them what it's like to hit out of the thick, wet, mushy sand. So it changed the complexity of the bunker lesson. But other than that, I think we were in pretty good shape. We went back out and did some putting. And we talked to him about a new way of reading the greens that's kind of taken the golf world by storm. I teach that a little bit. And it's a way that you're using your feet and you're using, you're kind of judging things and put your arms out in front of you and all that. And there's some tour players that are pretty successful doing it that way. I got to teach a little bit of that too.
That's the aim point, right? Is that what it's called?
It is. Yeah, it's the aim point system.
Because I was going to ask, because one of the problems I am having, and you have, thank you, sir, eliminated a large number of the problems I was having. And I'm down now where I can count my problems on one hand.
That's really good.
It is really
I'm glad that they're smaller ones too, because, to have two hands full of problems and all of them being big, that was a little too much to overcome.
Frustrating. It was a little frustrating. For you too. I mean, Jeff, how do I get better? And he's like, oh, hey, where should I begin?
Yeah, well, there was a little bit of that.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of that because one thing affects the other.
Exactly. But my problem
I have to look at the root cause.
The still nagging remaining problem that really frustrates me is I can sit over a putt and not have the slightest idea where it's going to go. Yeah. Not the slightest.
And as we've played a few times, I've watched how you go about trying to read the green, ascertain where it's going to go. Mm-hmm. And you change methods. So I see that.
I don't have a method.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. By the fact that you changed the way you go about it, that's known as the random method of
that's it
of selection.
That's close your eyes and hope method. It doesn't work very well.
You're hitting it and hoping that the superintendent will quickly swoop in, move the hole.
I keep listening for the announcers in the background to softly say, "A little left to right breaker here." But they never come through for me.
No, it's always the, ooh, he didn't see that.
Yeah. Or the, what was he thinking? Yeah.
That's right. Oh, boy. But when you learn a method, a way of going about ascertaining what's going to happen from your ball to the hole, if you can keep it simple, if you can keep it quick, everybody else will be very thankful. Because there's nothing worse than the guy who's sitting over a putt on the fourth hole of the day, and it's 8:15 in the morning, and he's putting like it's the 18th hole in the U.S. Open on the last day. And he's looking at everything from 25 different directions, squatting and plumb bobbing and doing all kinds of gyrations, and he still has no idea, and all he's doing is slowing up play.
Yeah. And the other thing that slows up play, too, is when, you've got three members of your foursome that are sitting there ready to putt, and you hit your putt because you're the first one to go, and then after your first putt, you're hitting your second because you can't judge speed either. And,
right. And they're just flagging down the beer cart girl at that time.
Yeah. Or actually, after about the third or fourth try, they go, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Next.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on, Bob. Let's get it to him. Let's get out of here.
But tell you what I'm going to do, because I am so bad at that, and I'm sure that I am not the only person in the world. I may be the only one who will admit to it, but I'm not the only one who can look at a green and get confused, because you look at it from one direction and it looks like it's going to break left, and then you get over the ball and you say, no, this is going to break right. Maybe it's my eyes. Maybe it's just a lack of ability. I don't know. But when we come back, we are going to delve definitively in how the heck can you read a green? And Jeff going to explain it all to us when we come right back. We are those Weekend Golf Guys, powered by Golf Talk America. Don't you move.
We live in a pretty nice neighborhood, really safe. Yeah, a few families have security systems, but not us. We felt really safe. Till last week, when someone broke into our home. We were gone less than an hour, and they took just about everything that wasn't nailed down. Jewelry, TVs, artwork, even the kids' video games. We thought this couldn't ever happen to us. We thought wrong. My wife and I felt violated, and our kids were scared to go back in the house. So we asked one of the neighbors about their security system from Alliance. And then we called them.
If you think this can't happen to you, think again. Then call Alliance Security and get peace of mind for less, a lot less. We offer free same-day installation for many neighborhoods, plus give you a $100 Visa gift card. Call us right now at 1-800-533-7992. That's 1-800-533-7992. Free same-day installation and a $100 Visa gift card. 1-800-533-7992.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-554-4183 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-554-4183 to take your call now. Call 800-554-4183. That's 800-554-4183. Again, 800-554-4183.
And those Weekend Golf Guys, we are back. John Ashton in studio, Jeff Smith at the Golf Cave, and it's the definitive way to read a green. Now, I've always been. I'm going to throw out some of the things that people say for those of us amateurs who have no idea what we're supposed to do, but they try to make it easy. Go, well, just look for the high point of the green.
Yeah.
And every once in a while you can look at a cup and you can see that one of the edges of the cup is actually a little bit higher than the other, and you can figure that it's probably going to break away from that high side.
I got some news for you that there's a lot of truth in that. I start telling people a lot of things, so then I have them do a few things. I always want them to look with their eyes at the hole. Like the hole itself, like the little hole in the ground, and say, which side is higher than the other? And if it's the right side's higher, and then they mentally go, yeah, the right side's higher. And I said, so it's not coming in from the left. So I'll say, okay, how about we draw a line from the center of the golf ball through the center of the hole, and everything on the left of center goes away like it's a cliff, and you can't putt over there. And you have to start the ball on the right side if the right side's higher. Make sense? Like, oh, yeah, makes sense. Okay. So then I'll have them take a walk. We're going to take a walk on what we call the high side, as in the side that they thought, well, my ball's got to come in from over there.
Right.
I'm going to have them walk, away from the hole a few feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have them feel. So what I'll have them do is I'll have them close their eyes. And then the only sense of anything that they get is from their feet. So their feet can feel the slope that they're really on. And if the feel doesn't feel too severe, like it's just a gentle little pushing of the feet directionally to the left most of the way through the putt, then they know that it's probably going to come in, let's say, as you're looking at a golf hole, John, you're standing behind your golf ball and the hole's out in front of you, and you visually cut it in half. Mm-hmm. And imagine a clock face. And was over the hole, and 6 o'clock through 12 o'clock, that line is the center line of the putt. So everything from 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 11 o'clock is all vanished. It's gone because you don't have that part of the hole you're going to putt to yet, correct? Mm-hmm. But you still got 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock to,
right.
That your ball can come in from there. It's not coming in from 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock because then that putt would be moving backwards. Right. And we're not doing that.
No.
So it's really going to come in between 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock on the putt that I'm describing.
Right.
So it's going to come in from there, and if you don't feel a huge slope in your feet, it's probably going to come in closer to 5 o'clock, so it won't break very much. Mm-hmm. So you kind of draw this gentle curve in your mind between the ball and the hole, and it'll enter in at 5 o'clock. And odds are very good that right there is the place you need to start aiming.
Yeah, but we need to go back to just one of those elements, man. And maybe it's just that I used to run around without any shoes a lot when I was a kid. But unless I'm at a 45-degree angle, I'm not going to feel any slope with my feet.
That's not true if you go about it and close your eyes. If you look down at the green and walk on it as you're looking straight down at it, you will not sense very much slope.
Okay.
Because the information that's coming to your brain from your eyes says, well, as I look down on this, I don't see any slope. Okay. But if you take that away, you close your eyes, or just look at the horizon, your feet will begin to be the sense that's a bit more in tune to what's going on. And if it's slight, then it's a slight breaker. If it's big, then it's a big breaker. I'm not going to go about the whole aim point putting system, but I will say that it is a shockingly good and accurate system. And so those of you out there listening to it, find a certified aim point instructor where you are and have them teach you this, because it is a feel-based read, and it gives you a way of using your hands and putting them out there in front of you and judging just how much speed or where you should putt it based on what you just felt in your feet. It's really accurate. I love it from anything inside of 20 feet. Love it.
Maybe I should take the inserts out of my golf shoes then, and maybe that's why I can't feel anything.
It's interesting what I've did in my clinic in Cincinnati and some of the other ones that I do. I have them take their shoes off, and I have them stand on the green, and I'll have them for 2 or 3 minutes just walk around on the green. Nothing is flat. That's what they feel.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's amazing what will happen. Now, I'm a huge advocate of the aim point green reading system, even though I'm not a certified instructor. Mm-hmm. It's really accurate. Yeah. It's freakishly accurate. But you still have to do, it's still a way of reading where you should aim.
Yeah.
And that's really all this is.
Yeah, but that's the problem I have. Sometimes, too, I can look at a slope, I can see a slope, but for some reason my mind does not equate which direction that slope is going to send the ball.
Go stand on it. Close your eyes and go stand on it. It will tell you.
Okay. And that's the whole optical illusions. It's uphill. No, it's downhill. It breaks left.
Yeah,
no, it goes to the right. And
people are standing there using their eyes, but they're getting tricked by the different colors of grass.
Yeah.
And the Bermuda or the bent is a little bit darker and deeper colored. Down in the south, you've got some Bermuda grass that gets a little deeper colored, especially when the grain changes a little bit. And, the colors change really affect what we think we see.
Yeah.
Go stand on it.
Okay. I'll go stand on it.
Go stand on it, John.
I'll go stand on it. So
yeah, and you'll figure it out. It's unbelievable what you'll feel if you close your eyes and open your mind to what your feet are telling you about the slope. It'll tell you about how severe it is.
Okay, so it's close your eyes and walk instead of close your eyes and walk. I got a new system.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can adapt to it. All right, we got a lot more coming up, too. We are those Weekend Golf Guys, powered by Golf Talk America. Don't you move. We'll be right back. Jeff, I was out Monday with Joseph, my 10-year-old, and we both were having the same problem, man. Just missing. I mean, trying to read the green, and the ball breaks, you get the line, and it stops 2 inches before you get to the cup.
Missed it by that much.
Or it scoots by on the left or the right by a hair. And moves on.
The hard thing there is getting your stroke to go where you're aimed. People, they do some hand twisting, their arms move around, but not the people that come see me in my clinics. We start the putting with the putting stroke teacher. We get them on there. Their forearms are nice and level. The putting stroke teacher fits right on their putter, and next thing you know, they're draining putts. And they're looking at this going, this is the easiest thing I've ever seen.
Nice. I tried it, and it worked.
Well, if it works for her,
that's right.
It's going to work for anybody.
6 straight putts in a row.
As I say, I got to get me one of these.
That's right.
What is it? The Putting Stroke Teacher, TPSteacher.com.
TPSteacher.com. Yeah, TPSteacher.com. Got to get one of those things, man. They're easy.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-616-4030. That's 1-800-616-4030. Again, 1-800-616-4030. Call now.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-554-4183 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-554-4183 to take your call now. Call 800-554-4183. That's 800-554-4183. Again, 800-554-4183.
Those Weekend Golf Guys, we are back. John Ashton here in studio. Jeff Smith at the Golf Cave at Otter Creek Plain and Simple Golf School in Columbus, Indiana. And I don't know, Jeff, if you've had any time from your busy schedule to sit back and watch some of the NCAA championships that have been going on for the past couple of weeks. I have found them
didn't get to watch much, but I got to watch a few highlights here or there, and you see some videos. Man, these kids are good.
Aren't they good?
I'm telling you.
And
their kids are good.
It's good golf. I mean, I was watching last week, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever. There was a kid there who, on a par 5, he had a shot. He was 241 yards out. He put it like 14 inches from the cup for an eagle. I'm going, ugh.
Yeah.
That's good golf. But one of the things,
young, the strong, the flexible.
Yeah, I know.
And the mentally strong, as in fearless. They haven't had enough severe pain from golf just yet.
Yeah.
That they're still willing to do that stuff. It's why it's one of the reasons you see kids when they go out and they're freakishly good putters.
Yeah.
They haven't missed enough for putts that meant something to them.
As when we go out now, especially now that school's out, Joseph still has one arm in a cast. my
Yeah.
10-year-old, since he broke
Yep.
2 arms about a month ago. One of them now is out of the cast, but the other one, he's still got another 3-4 weeks to go. So he can't play golf, but he comes with us still, and he putts. And
Good for him.
One of our playing companions gives him $1 every time he makes a putt over like 6 feet.
That kid's going to make some money.
He made $6 last week.
I was going to say, that's not surprising.
And he still made me pay for both chicken salad sandwiches he ate. He ate one at the turn, and then when we're done, I go, what do you got, a hollow leg in there? Come on, buddy.
No. See, he was still under the heading of, look, Grandpa, you were going to pay for that anyway. I just happened to perform well and got my $6. I'm keeping my reward and the chicken salad sandwiches.
You know, Joseph. That's his thing. Is he doesn't know it's supposed to be difficult, so he approaches it with a fearless aplomb.
Well, that's what happens with those college kids, that they've just grown to be, look, they're playing for the championship. Mm-hmm. And they're not about to be playing scared.
Exactly.
I ain't scared. You know what I mean?
I ain't scared no golf course. One of the things,
and that's the thing. They just go at it.
Yeah. Which probably is a good testament to the coaching they've received, not only in college, but up to that point, too.
I would
Teaching,
agree,
coaching.
because sometimes it's the personality thing, and sometimes it's a learned thing on, playing within your capabilities, but always pushing yourself.
One of the things that intrigued me, speaking of that, is I heard the commentators were saying, I think it was a Texas coach, when he was putting his first match play round roster together, he didn't match their competitors' talent for talent. He matched them by personality.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's a good thought, to see who's going to bring out the best in somebody else.
Yeah, that was intriguing. But one of the things that's also intriguing me, and I'm beginning to think maybe it's geographically unfair, is that all of the girls' colleges that were in the finals, and most of the guys' colleges teams that were in the finals, are Southern schools.
Is that a shock?
No, it's not a shock, but it's inherently unfair, I think.
Well,
not that life is fair, not that golf is fair. I understand that. And just
how about all the hockey schools? They're all from the north. Guess what? It's just how it is. If you're a hockey player, you're going to Maine, you're going to Massachusetts, you're going to Michigan, you're going to Wisconsin, you're going to Minnesota. That's where your big schools are. If you're a hockey recruit, that's where the best programs are. Guess why? Because they got it year round.
The next 6 minutes of this segment will be dead air, brought to you by Jeff Smith, who just made an irrefutable point. Now what you like to talk about, buddy?
Well, when you talk about golf and you're going to the golf schools, just look south and go, hey, look, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, southern Arizona,
College of
Southern
Charleston.
California. Yeah. What are we talking about? We're talking about the greatest golf courses.
Yeah.
We're talking about the ability to play year round.
Yeah.
We're talking about some of the greatest practice facilities.
Yeah.
And we're talking about kids who don't have to deal with really cold weather.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Loyola University in Chicago.
Yeah.
I know somebody who's a freshman on the golf team there. Yeah. And you know what they don't do in the wintertime?
Play outdoors.
They don't play outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they've got a simulator, and they've got a room to hit, but it's not a golf course. And they're not playing.
Right.
So there's a lot of time where they're not on a golf course.
Yeah.
And then they travel for their tournaments in the springtime. They're just not every day. It's not out the door. I can practice right now.
Yeah.
It's not that way. They have to get on planes to fly to the south to be put in tournaments against schools from the south, and they always get their faces kicked in.
Yeah, because the school from the south has been playing golf since last September.
On the same course.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just happens that way.
Yeah. Christmas Day, go home, open your presents, and then show up here at noon for your tea time. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it goes. So it is one of those things that, because it's an outdoor deal, it is one of those things where it's always better to be where the outdoor deal can happen all the time. There's a constant stream of tournaments down there that are always on when you're in the South. Yeah. It's just always you're on. There's no downtime. There's tournaments in the South all year round. You're always playing. So every college coach in the South, they also have the pick of the litter, because they have the kids who have also played golf in tournaments in high school to recruit those players. They're also from the South. Mm-hmm. So the kids that have grown up in the South, they have a big advantage there, just like the colleges do.
And then you have the anomaly, which is Illinois.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Mike Small. Because before Mike Small, they were not where they are now.
Okay, so it's,
they didn't get the big recruits.
Okay,
I'm telling you, the coach made a huge difference because Mike Small, being a great player himself, tour player, and a great coach, he has been able to recruit great talent, and they have at Illinois they have a budget enough that they can travel a lot, and he knows how to get the most out of his guys. He really does. He's an impressive man. Not just as a player, but as a coach, he can get it done.
Get her done.
Yep.
All right. So how come you didn't encourage your daughter to go south? I mean, you could have put her up at the condo in Hilton Head, had her go somewhere, Beaufort.
I was a little surprised that she didn't wind up in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay.
They have UNCG has a nice team. They have a great coach, but yet they have one of the best college tournament schedules I've seen, and they barely ever have to leave the Carolinas to play some of the greatest courses. So I'm really surprised that she didn't do it.
Yeah.
But truth be told, she really liked the coach at Loyola University, and she also loved Loyola University, and she liked the girls on the team, and it made a big impression on her.
Yeah.
So I think that's why she chose.
Happiness is paramount importance when you're picking a school.
Yeah,
but
we were happy because she's going to get a great education one way or the other.
Yeah.
But certainly Chicago's a little closer than North Carolina for us, so we were happy about that.
That's true too. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Listen, we got some great guests lined up right here. We got Doug Hollingsworth with Georgia Golf and Travel, our traveling golfer who's going to be talking about some places down in Florida. Got Brooke,
more Southern golf courses.
That's it, more Southern golf courses. Brooke Watts, who's a Southern golf teacher, y'all. Even though she thinks she's got a British accent, we're going to have to work with that girl. But she's coming up a little bit later too, and a lot more right here, right now, with those Weekend Golf Guys, powered by Golf Talk America. Don't you move. Hey, Jeff, I was watching the Golf Channel, believe it or not, the other day, and they did this thing on drivers, and they were showing where on the face of a driver you get the best reaction. And they said that, you hit it below the equator, you're going to lose like 10 to 20 yards. If you hit it on the heel, you're going to lose space. The best place to hit it is in the upper quadrant by the toe.
Yeah, most of the drivers today are kind of built that way, where I think what they did is they may have figured out where most of the people have been hitting it anyway, and they kind of put the hot spot over, where it's like a little above the center of the club and a little bit towards the toe, thinking that they could get people to hit it a little bit farther. But you know what? There's so many people out there that can't hit it there, regardless of the one little spot they put it. There's people can't hit it anyway.
Yeah.
So, you're struggling.
I was going to say, that's the whole thought between what Dean Knuth did with the high heat driver, is make the whole face a sweet spot. Yeah.
He knew that the average amateur golfer, he can't pick out what spot on the club he's going to hit it. He had to make it so the whole thing was hot.
Yeah.
So no matter, he designed it. When he was telling us about how he designed that thing, I was completely amazed. He taught me something that I did not know. The center of gravity on his club is actually below the center line, and it's the only club that's ever been on the market that the center of gravity of the club is actually below it. He moved it around so that every place was a hot spot on the face. So, what a perfect driver built for the average guy, because the average guy can't pinpoint where the heck he's going to hit the ball on the face.
Exactly. You will make fewer mistakes, fewer bad shots. Knuth Golf, KNUTHgolf.com. They're going to ask you if you want to buy one, where you heard about it. Tell them you heard about it from those Weekend Golf Guys, and the whole club will cost you $70 less. All right, you're going to get a $70 discount because you are our listeners. Knuth Golf, KNUTHgolf.com. It's a high heat driver. The entire face is a sweet spot. You need one.
We live in a pretty nice neighborhood, really safe. Yeah, a few families have security systems, but not us. We felt really safe. Till last week, when someone broke into our home. We were gone less than an hour, and they took just about everything that wasn't nailed down. Jewelry, TVs, artwork, even the kids' video games. We thought this couldn't ever happen to us. We thought wrong. My wife and I felt violated, and our kids were scared to go back in the house. So we asked one of the neighbors about their security system from Alliance. and then we called them.
If you think this can't happen to you, think again. Then call Alliance Security and get peace of mind for less, a lot less. We offer free same-day installation for many neighborhoods, plus give you a $100 Visa gift card. Call us right now at 1-800-533-7992. That's 1-800-533-7992. Free same-day installation and a $100 Visa gift card. 1-800-533-7992.
Jeff, I was out Monday with Joseph, my 10-year-old, and we both were having the same problem, man. Just missing. I mean, trying to read the green, and the ball breaks, you get the line, and it stops 2 inches before you get to the cup.
Missed it by that much.
Or it scoots by on the left or the right by a hair and moves on.
The hard thing there is getting your stroke to go where you're aimed. People, they do some hand twisting, their arms move around, but not the people that come see me in my clinics. We start the putting with the putting stroke teacher. We get them on there. Their forearms are nice and level. The putting stroke teacher fits right on their putter. And next thing you know, they're draining putts. And they're looking at this going, this is the easiest thing I've ever seen.
Nice. I tried it and it worked.
Well, if it works for her,
that's right.
It's going to work for anybody.
6 straight putts in a row.
As I say, I got to get me one of these.
That's right.
What is it? The Putting Stroke Teacher, TPSteacher.com.
TPSteacher.com. Yeah, TPSteacher.com. Got to get one of those things, man. They're easy.
And we are back, those weekend golf guys. John Ashton, Jeff Smith, and Doug Hollinsworth from the Georgia Golf Trail. And Doug, we're vacillating between Traveling Man and On the Road Again as your intro song.
I like that.
You have a preference? Which one would you rather have, man?
Maybe we swap them up. I don't know.
That's true.
Depending on the season or the, something like that.
Or the royalties or whatever. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things we got to take into consideration here.
Trust me.
I like the Bob Seger reference. I don't care which one you play. It doesn't matter.
It's always, it's hard to beat Seger. That's just,
All right, guys. Now, we were talking prior to going on air here, and you were talking about lizards, and I got confused. What's this about salamander, man?
You're close, and I know you're a busy man, but salamanders can be construed as a reptile type, thing. But the salamander that I want to talk to your audience out there today about is a great group of hotels that across mostly on the eastern United States, and we're going to talk about the 3 that they have here in Florida or in Florida, since I'm not in Florida, but go to salamanderhotels.com to get most of the information, and we'll repeat that again. But the three places we want to talk about, since it's June here, and a lot of people go to Florida this time of year, so we want to be able to talk not only about one area, but 3 areas that Salamander has down there. And we'll start over and basically go across the middle of the state, and the first property they have down there is Innisbrook, and Innisbrook is home of the PGA Tour, the Valspar Open that just was back this spring, where, if you remember the long putt that Mr. Spieth rolled in there about 28 feet to win the tournament there, to kind of people get him excited before he won his Masters there. But I've been there. It's a beautiful place. They have 4 golf courses, and you can play there, the Copperhead, where they PGA Tour plays. But great rooms, great conference area, because I was actually there with a business group, and so a wonderful place just north of Tampa, right off. It's not on the coast, but you're not very far off the coast. Wonderful area, just a few miles from Tampa. So if you've never been to that side of Florida, there on the Gulf, it's just wonderful, and a beautiful place to play. So we got 4 golf courses there you can play, depending on your skill, and certainly Copperhead is certainly the hardest one there. Then we want to move over to probably the entertainment capital of the world there in Orlando, and we want to talk about Reunion Resort. And Reunion is just absolutely, again, a wonderful place. That Salamander has come in there and just done a wonderful job. They have 3 golf courses, and this is exciting because one is a Nicklaus course, One is a Palmer course, and one is the Tom Watson course. So, I mean, there you go. You can just pick whatever you want to. They have a great, Annika Sorensen's got a great golf academy there that you can play. I've stayed in the hotel part. I've stayed in the condos. You can rent houses down there. And the nice thing about this is right off I-4, and it's right up from one exit where you can go right into Walt Disney World. And this is just a beautiful place. They have a big, huge beach and water park area in there for the kids and the family, and I've done it. It's wonderful, and I mean, just a beautiful place that anybody would love, from the golfer to the family. And you know, you can leave Dad playing golf, and you can go to Universal or Walt Disney World or SeaWorld or whatever, and it's just so accessible right there off I-4. Then we want to keep going on over to the Atlantic side there at Hammock Beach. And Hammock Beach is just above Daytona, a little below St. Augustine right there. And it sits out there by itself, and it's just another wonderful golf course that has 3 golf courses. So far now we're up to 10 golf courses from the 3 properties. Again, you have a Nicholas and a Watson course there that got a lot of holes right on the Atlantic Ocean. The accommodations are first class. Just a beautiful view. If you go to the website there and see what they have to offer, it's just amazing. I have actually stayed at all 3 properties, and I would say if anybody is looking to go to Florida this summer, fall, winter, or whatever, I would check out one of the 3 or all 3, however you can do your time, and for the Salamander hotels there in Central Florida. And it's basically central. You can almost draw a line straight across from Tampa to Orlando to just above Daytona Beach. And guys, it's just wonderful. I don't know if any of you have ever been down there and seen these properties, but these are certainly worth going and staying. And they have group rates, certainly have golf packages that you can go online there and find out more information. But from the 3 courses that you can have, the 3 properties that you can have 10 courses, and and they have a Nicholas and a Palmer and Watson courses a part of what you're doing. You can play part of the PGA Tour if you want to over there in Tampa where they play. That's always cool. So it's so many great things for your listeners to, if they're thinking about going to Florida and they maybe have tired of going to Destin or Panama City or some other place in Daytona or whatever. This is a wonderful 3 properties.
That's it. The kid from New England, however, wants to just question the thought process of anybody who goes to Florida in the summertime. What are you thinking?
Well, Jeff, you tell him you need to stand like halfway out there in the water.
Yes.
Trust me, it does get a little warm down there, and especially if you get on the coast there, usually you have a pretty good breeze, but it's you got to enjoy the heat. If you're playing golf, best time get on up and get out early and then get back with the family or whatever and enjoy some stuff. But it's, I don't know. Hey, the people in Boston after this summer, after this winter, I'm not sure they would care how hot it got.
That's true.
I hear that there's still a mountain of snow in some gigantic parking lot up there, that they just built this humongous pile, and it hasn't melted all the way out yet.
Really?
Yeah.
You believe that?
I know we all saw the pictures and how terrible it was, and I had some friends who actually lived up there, and it was just unbelievable. So I'm sure they would love to go to Florida and sit out there and feel that nice warm sun air and enjoy it. So
most New Englanders, however, it's when the snow starts to fly. That's when you pack the car. You pack the car and you head down to Florida.
I-95 there.
Yeah, and head down to Florida.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody does, man. And that's the time to go because.
Well, there's so many. Florida, is just a great place to go, and so much to see and do from the Panhandle all the way down to certainly down to the Keys, and so there's so many things to see and do, and from the Cape. When I was over at Hammock Beach, we took a tour of the space, mission, all the stuff over there, and so there's so much to see and do in Florida. It's just a it's a wonderful vacation spot for everybody, but certainly some great golf. And you can't beat these three properties that SalamanderHotels.com. There you go. Check them out.
Right. It's owned by a woman too, is it not?
It is. Miss Johnson, who has really made a name for herself in many ways, and they have some other great properties too that you can check out in a couple of the areas that are designed for more business and things like that. But yeah, she's come a long ways and done a lot of things.
I remember watching the Valspar Open, and they were talking to Ms. Johnson, and it sounded to me like she wants to give the Donald a run for his money vis-a-vis the golfing places in Florida to go and spend some time.
Well, I think
good for her.
Has three wonderful
competition
properties.
Is great.
Yeah.
So and I'm telling you, I don't know if she can keep up with the hair guru, but she's certainly got a great start, and these properties are loan. I'm telling you. And a lot of these places that we'll talk about it that I have either been to or know a lot about, but it's certainly nice to have somebody who can tell you that I have been to all three of these properties, and I would put them in anywhere in the top 10 of anywhere, because they're just that good and that much to do, and it's not just a hotel room. Like I said, you can pick and choose at all three properties. Yeah. If you want to stay at different levels of whatever and bring as many people as you want.
And it's SalamanderHotels.com?
It is. That's the easiest way to find them. They all have their own reunion resort.com or Hammock Beach or Innisbrook. But if you really want to go in there and make your time, and if you can spell Salamander, hotels.com, that's the best way to place it. And then you can go in there and start looking around and go from there.
Fantastic. Doug Hollinsworth on the road again, our travel golf guru. Get out on the road.
Pick up my sticks here, and I'm gonna head out. And
our accountant says now that you got this gig, it's tax deductible. So go for it, man.
Good for you. Thank you very much for letting me know.
Doug Hollinsworth, man, thanks for spending some time with us here.
Hey, don't forget now, Georgia Golf Trail. We don't want to plug that too. Come see us down here in Georgia. GeorgiaGolfandTravel.com. Thanks, guys.
We've got a lot more great information and good stuff coming up. And hang out with us. We are those weekend golf guys. Be right back. Don't you move.
We live in a pretty nice neighborhood, really safe. Yeah, a few families have security systems, but not us. We felt really safe. Till last week, when someone broke into our home. We were gone less than an hour, and they took just about everything that wasn't nailed down. Jewelry, TVs, artwork, even the kids' video games. We thought this couldn't ever happen to us. We thought wrong. My wife and I felt violated, and our kids were scared to go back in the house. So we asked one of the neighbors about their security system from Alliance. And then we called them.
If you think this can't happen to you, think again. Then call Alliance Security and get peace of mind for less, a lot less. We offer free same-day installation for many neighborhoods, plus give you a $100 Visa gift card. Call us right now at 1-800-533-7992. That's 1-800-533-7992. Free same-day installation and a $100 Visa gift card. 1-800-533-7992.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-554-4183 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-554-4183 to take your call now. Call 800-554-4183. That's 800-554-4183. Again, 800-554-4183.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. Then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-616-4030. That's 1-800-616-4030. Again, 1-800-616-4030. Call now.
Jeff, I was out Monday with Joseph, my 10-year-old, and we both were having the same problem, man. Just missing. I mean, trying to read the green and the ball breaks, you get the line and it stops 2 inches before you get to the cup.
Missed it by that much.
Or it scoots by on the left or the right by a hair and moves on.
The hard thing there is getting your stroke to go where you're aimed. People, they do some hand twisting, their arms move around, but not the people that come see me in my clinics. We start the putting with the putting stroke teacher. We get them on there. Their forearms are nice and level. The putting stroke teacher fits right on their putter. And next thing you know, they're draining putts. And they're looking at this going, this is the easiest thing I've ever seen.
Nice. I tried it and it worked.
Well, if it works for her,
that's right.
It's going to work for anybody.
6 straight putts in a row.
As I say, I got to get me one of these.
That's right.
What is it? The Putting Stroke Teacher, TPSteacher.com.
TPSteacher.com. Yeah, TPSteacher.com. Got to get one of those things, man. They're easy.
And welcome back. We are Those Weekend Golf Guys at thoseweekendgolfguys.com or facebook.com/golfguys or on Twitter at WKND Golf Guys. Jeff Smith with us live from the Golf Cave at Otter Creek and also with us. And I'm not going to tell you where Brooke Watt is from. You're just going to listen to her talk and you'll tell me. But Brooke,
howdy, everybody.
There's somewhat of a giveaway.
Well, there you go.
I'm guessing Maine.
Did I show up my ace too soon in my hand?
Yes,
did I
think
all
you
the cards in my hand?
At least you didn't have the Spurs jingling. That's kind of cool.
Well, it's just the microphone's too far from my boots. But I'll try to tap dance around here in a little bit. See if y'all can hear it.
Austin, Texas, the cosmopolitan capital of the state.
That's exactly right. Live music capital of the world.
Yeah.
What? Live music capital of the world?
Haven't you ever watched Austin City Limits on PBS? Come on, Jeff, get with the program, man. Get off the Golf Channel and get onto some culture.
Television is a flood. That's the only thing I've seen out of Austin, Texas, is a flood.
We do have that coming. We are thankful for that water. I tell you, we got it all at one fell swoop. But yes, I tell you, we got the live music capital of the world. Always something going on in Austin.
It certainly is. It's a very cool place to be. And also, from what we understand now, a very cool place to learn how to play golf because Brooke Watts is teacher extraordinaire. And,
that is exactly right.
Yes. And again, Jeff pays me a couple bucks every time I say good things about him. I can put you on that list, too, if you'd like, Brooke.
Okay, I'll send you my contact information and my bank account. We can just set up a direct feed.
Yeah, we'll just do an automatic withdrawal every now and again. No, but we ran into Brooke a couple weekends ago up at the Senior PGA Championship and got a very short period of time to talk to her. But very cool lady and a very good teacher. And, a lot of us need a lot of help. And some of us admit to it, some of us don't. Some of us think,
it's nice of you to finally admit to it, John.
Yeah, I know. That's the first step, right? Admitting you have a problem.
It's the first step. Right. Just admit it. Exactly right.
I'm a slicer. Hi, my name's John, and I don't play golf.
And I can't play golf to save my life. But Brooke,
I can't hit it in the fairway.
What is that the major complaint most people have? I can't hit the ball straight when they come to you?
I would have to say yes, that it is. They are not happy with the direction that it's going. And I'll ask my students, okay, which way is it going? And I know I have been guilty of this as well. They're like, I miss it left, I miss it right, I miss it really left, I miss it really right. And I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it probably is pretty frustrating when you're standing up on that tee box and you don't know where to aim because you don't know where it's going to go. It could come boomeranging back at you, or you could, take out a swan on a different fairway. It's pretty helpful feeling.
Yeah,
you mean to tell me that you're getting students that come to you that can't hit the ball where they want it? All mine seem to get here and they go, Jeff, I'm hitting it straight, I'm hitting it high, I'm hitting it solid, I'm hitting it far, and I can putt like crazy.
You know, it must be something
you want to go out for a drink?
Yeah, it's got to be the water. We've got some more water coming our way, so I think I'm hoping for good things. But no, seriously, it is. I would have to say that most of the time, the biggest complaint I have from my students is the direction of the golf ball, which really the first thing that I look at is grip and posture, because those two things, as simple as they sound, and we all know that they're fundamentals, it's probably the two things that most golfers spend the least amount of time on making sure it's correct. And correct versus what feels good to them are two completely different things. So, I would have to say.
Which makes it a extra difficult game to play, because when you feel good, you go, well, this can't be right because I feel good.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, golf is, it's really a game of opposites. And, like I said,
you swing down, the ball goes up.
Exactly.
Left, the ball goes right.
Exactly. You got to get a little bit lower in your posture to make sure that you can explode and the ball goes further. I got through a national championship with a grip change, and it felt absolutely awful. And before I pulled the trigger, standing over that ball of 4 days of competitive play in college at the national championship, I thought, this feels horrific. It must be right. Here we go. And I had to say it every shot, whether I was chipping, whether I was in a bunker, whether I was on the tee box hitting driver. And I use that a lot with my students of, listen, I know this feels awful, but just bear with me here. And I tell them that story and they laugh. I'm pretty sure they're laughing with me, not at me. But jury's out.
At least they're laughing next to you, Brooke.
True. Yes. That I like that, laughing next to me. So, they're actually laughing right in front of me. So,
right.
Brooke Watt is with us here on those Weekend Golf Guys, and I've got to say, I've gotten the same advice from Jeff, and the last few times I have been playing, it's been that way, because I get the grip, and then I set up to the ball, and I go, well, this feels really comfortable, and it goes absolutely nowhere. But if I take my time, set up the club first before I try to set my body up, and then consciously move my left hand a little bit more to the left, turn it counterclockwise so that my thumb is on top of the grip.
Right.
I can actually hit the ball straight.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It
I
is.
think he's
You'd
on
be
to something
amazed
there.
when you see John in person. He's one of those rare birds that when his arms drop, his thumbs actually are on top.
Really?
He's rare. He's a rare bird. He is. I'm not so sure he's like the dodo in that, but
maybe a condor. Okay,
a falcon, a hawk.
I'm not sure exactly which is the most rare bird that we have.
A bald eagle. Something majestic.
But it does match the rest of what he does.
Absolutely.
And so I've shown John, and John's bigger issues, of course, are alignment and ball position. Yeah. Because when we fixed hand position and alignment and ball position, all of a sudden John could play golf in the fairway and on the green.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's amazing, and Jeff and I have talked about this so many times, that really as instructors, if the changes that you make is not necessarily how they swing the club. The changes are how you address it with the fundamentals of, posture, grip, stance width, alignment. I tell you, that's the other thing that I would have to say the big majority of my students, their alignment, where they think they're aimed and where they are actually aimed are two different things.
Oh, and they've got a perspective issue. They think it's one thing. It's really something completely different.
And it's drastic. It's drastic. When Jeff pointed out to me how to get the alignment, get it right, I was like, I have been so far off.
Because he said to me, he looked up and said, so this is what a golf course looks like?
It is amazing, isn't it?
The rest of the time, it looked like the highway.
Gosh, I did it. I played a tournament in New Orleans. I tell you, my father was there. I was lucky that my father was there for every single one of my collegiate tournaments. And I tell you, New Orleans 2001, oh my gosh, that was the Titanic of my collegiate career. He still talks about it. I mean, oh God, it's just amazing. We should have been on the news with that tournament. But I was so far right with my alignment. I thought I was straight down the fairway. I was so far right. I kid you not one hole that I played in that tournament did I play in my own fairway, because I was on a different, complete fairway where I only had to stop the play on my hole. I had to stop it on someone else's hole so I could hit it back onto the green. Oh, it was a very Helen Keller-ish style type of a tournament. It was
everybody out of the way. Here comes Brooke again.
and finally, it never occurred to me that maybe my alignment was off. And my dad, at the end of it, he said, "That was unbelievable." And I was like, "Thank you." And he's like, "I'm not complimenting you." He was like, "This is not a good thing." And he said, "This is the thing. Every single one of those shots you hit straight. Yeah. You were lined up that direction." And I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me." Yeah. So that alignment thing, it's amazing. You know, like if you just get that, the grip, the posture, guess what? Your chances of hitting a good golf shot have gone up exponentially.
And I have two suggestions for you. One, and these both come from personal experience. One is, don't wait till the 14th hole to turn to somebody whose opinion you respect and say, "What am I doing wrong?"
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
Do it like on the first hole. Because
yes, absolutely.
He knew.
And the rest of the round gets a lot of fun.
Yeah, he knew for 13 holes I was aligning myself incorrectly, but was polite enough not to say anything until I asked.
Well, that's right. I didn't want you to feel like I was forcing instruction upon you.
Yes, absolutely. Of course,
Right.
you know, in a collegiate tournament, you know, they can't say anything to you. And bless his heart, he wanted to come up with all these Major League Baseball signs of like stealing home. And it changed every tournament because he didn't want the NCAA to catch on to us, which, you know, I'm airing all of our dirty laundry out now. Well, I wasn't
so funny.
smart
He'd wipe
enough.
His nose, he'd pick his
exactly.
scratch
So,
his knee.
Exactly. And he lit a cigar and he, you know, oh gosh, yeah. I mean, and it changed every tournament. And I was never smart enough to like study all the new changes. So I just kind of ignore him. But that's a whole other issue.
Well, he's also your dad. That's your job. Just kind of ignore him. The second piece of advice, again, that comes from personal experience, is take lessons. Go to a Brooke Watts. Go to a Jeff Smith. Even if you think, oh, it's nothing big, I can fix it. Reading the magazines, watching the Golf Academy, that ain't going to make it.
I could tell John only what was needed for John because I could see him in front of me. That's the biggest reason that the instruction that we see all over the world, all that stuff might be good for you or it might be bad for you.
Absolutely.
You don't know. That information in and of itself doesn't mean that it's going to fix you.
Right, exactly.
Information that's properly applied. There's a huge array of things that a good teacher who's in front of you can help you with because they actually have eyes on you and what's going on and what you need to be doing.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm a big proponent of anybody who's anywhere near Austin, Texas. Go see Brooke.
All right, Brooke, thanks again, and thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Tell you what, you need to take some lessons because if you do, once you do, you're going to get out and you're going to have a lot more fun playing golf. And we can get you lessons in a pro near you at your shop or whatever. Check us out, thoseweekendgolfguys.com, facebook.com/golfguys. Tweet us at WKND Golf Guys, and go play some golf. See you next week. Bye.
Have some fun.
Bye.
Get $70 off your new high heat driver. KnuthGolf.com, KNUTH Golf.com for all the details.
We live in a pretty nice neighborhood, really safe. Yeah, a few families have security systems, but not us. We felt really safe. Till last week, when someone broke into our home. We were gone less than an hour, and they took just about everything that wasn't nailed down. Jewelry, TVs, artwork, even the kids' video games. We thought this couldn't ever happen to us. We thought wrong. My wife and I felt violated, and our kids were scared to go back in the house. So we asked one of the neighbors about their security system from Alliance. and then we called them.
If you think this can't happen to you, think again. Then call Alliance Security and get peace of mind for less, a lot less. We offer free same-day installation for many neighborhoods, plus give you a $100 Visa gift card. Call us right now at 1-800-533-7992. That's 1-800-533-7992. Free same-day installation and a $100 Visa gift card. 1-800-533-7992.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-554-4183 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-554-4183 to take your call now. Call 800-554-4183. That's 800-554-4183. Again, 800-554-4183.